The standard understanding of a haunted house is simple. The danger is tied to the location. If you pack your bags and move away, you leave the ghosts behind. Files from a recent Pentagon investigation describe a phenomenon that ignores this geographic boundary. It behaves like a communicable infection, attaching itself to human observers and spreading into new environments. Much of this data originates from Skinwalker Ranch in northern Utah. This 500-acre property is famous for persistent reports of cryptids and unidentified aerial phenomena. In 2008, the Defense Intelligence Agency launched a secret $22 million program called AWASAP. Their mission was to analyze the physiological effects on individuals who encountered anomalies at the ranch. During a field visit, 5 military operatives encountered a localized cold spot where the temperature dropped 20 degrees. As they hiked, the group was overcome by a sense of mortal dread, so overwhelming that these seasoned operatives refused to continue the mission. The investigation took a dark turn when these men returned to their families. The phenomena didn't stay in the desert. It attached to the operatives and followed them home. One high-ranking naval intelligence officer, Jonathan Axelrod, returned to his suburban home in Virginia, over 2,000 miles from the ranch. The activity began with minor household disturbances. Ceiling fans and televisions activated on their own, and books began appearing in inexplicable piles at the base of the stairs. The manifestations soon became physical. In broad daylight, Axelrod's teenage sons watched a 7-foot-tall wolf-like creature standing in their backyard. The creature turned and fled, sprinting on its hind legs into the trees. The encounter left behind tangible evidence in the form of deep claw marks gouged into the backyard trees. Simultaneously, the family's health declined as multiple members suffered sudden, aggressive flare-ups of autoimmune diseases like lupus. The combination of physical property damage and internal biological crises suggested a specific pattern to the DIA researchers. They were no longer looking at a haunting, but a mobile anomaly that interacts directly with the host's biological systems. To see if this contagion could replicate in other hosts, researchers tracked the case of Juliet Witt. A Pentagon analyst and target census specialist, Witt visited the ranch to conduct her own sensor sweeps. After she returned to her townhouse, the activity spread to her roommate. He reported a dark figure leaning over his bed at night, an experience so terrifying that he eventually moved out of the home. The phenomena then turned aggressive. An unnaturally large owl attacked Witt's car in her driveway, leaving visible gouges in the metal and paintwork. The Witt case mirrored the Axelrod files. The contagion replicates its core patterns: shadow figures, physical damage, and the terrorizing of secondary contacts, regardless of who the initial host is. In February 2011, a senior analyst held a 3-hour briefing at the Department of Homeland Security in Washington, D.C., to discuss the phenomena logged under the secret Pentagon program. This meeting revealed a dangerous new vector. The anomaly can activate through focused cognitive attention alone, bypassing the need for physical contact with the ranch. On the night of the briefing, simultaneous outbreaks occurred thousands of miles apart. A security guard was terrorized on the Utah ranch, while in Virginia, Axelrod's son was attacked by glowing orbs that left physical welts on his skin. These synchronized events suggest that human attention functions as a transmission vector. The phenomenon can bridge vast distances simply because people are thinking about it. Investigators refer to this as the paranormal contagion theory, noting how the activity mimics the spread and replication of a communicable virus. Biochemist Colm Kelleher offers a different perspective, known as the frequency shift theory. This diagram illustrates a hypothesized change in how the brain processes environmental data. Kelleher's theory suggests that ranch exposure may recalibrate the human sensory baseline, allowing the mind to resolve patterns and entities that remain invisible to the unexposed. This indicates that human consciousness and these anomalies are structurally linked. The outbreak reveals a layer of reality that is constantly present, accessible only once the brain's standard inhibitory systems are bypassed. Professional researchers now openly fear discussing the Hitchhiker Effect. They understand that directed attention often serves as an invitation for the contagion to manifest. There is documented collateral damage. Listeners of programs detailing these files have reported sudden vertigo, strange environmental anomalies, and physical symptoms in their own homes. Now that you have focused your own attention on these files, have you just invited the infection into your home?